Hello, everyone. My name is Brent Kromer. I own companies both in business and sales consulting, land, and buy and hold real estate. I help business owners scale profitably and scale a business that they like and they actually enjoy their life after they turn off the computer at the end of the day. So this is the very first podcast in 2025. I'm actually recording this December 30th of 2024. So that is okay. But what I did is I put together a little forecast of what 2025, what I think it's going to look like, what I think is going to be helpful, what I think is going to work in the new year, and what I think is going to be different. There are going to be some key differences, and a lot of that has to do with the economy, the change of presidency, where things have been trending, where I see things going. So let's just jump into it. By the way, guys, if you find this podcast helpful, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, send to a friend. I send $1,000 to everybody who refers a client to me. So if they become a one-to-one consulting client, I'll give you $1,000. It's that easy. I'll just send it with an e-check. All right. So without further ado, the state of the US economy. Okay. Affordability and inflation are a difficult thing to navigate, right? Inflation is still a concern, but it's trending in the right direction. Okay. So I'm just going to cite my sources here. Inflation, usinflationcalculator.com. It seems to be pretty unbiased as well. It's really helpful for me to kind of see and go through the years of it breaks down the years and the months with what the inflation rates were per month. So right now, guys, if we go back 4 years to the previous presidency, the average inflation rate over Trump's presidency, from what I can see here, is 1.9% inflation rate. Okay. For Biden, in the last 4 years, it has been, 4.94. Yeah, 4.94. So we went from 1.9 to 4.94. So basically from 2 to 5. Okay. So more than double. Things are less affordable. Wages have not gone up considerably to match the inflation. So affordability is naturally going to be low. But not to be all doom and gloom, because heading into 2025, as I'm looking at this page here, since July, the numbers have actually gone down pretty significantly. So in July, inflation rate was 2.9, August 2.5, 2.4, 2.6, 2.7. So if you take the average amongst those, I don't have the average, but it's going to probably level out to around 2.5-ish. Okay, so 2.5-ish over the last few months compared to 1.9, which was the average over 4 years with the Trump administration. I understand this is not a political podcast, okay? I'm just stating numbers and facts. I know there's been a lot of changes either way. Don't care who you voted for. What I'm telling you, though, is that inflation over the last 6 months has gone down to almost a point of where it was the average when Trump was in office. That is a good thing, okay? If the low to mid twos, and if we can get back down into the ones into 2025, that would be tremendous, okay? So inflation seems to have stabilized, okay? And I promise all this is going to be contextual to the marketing and the sales trends that I see heading forward. The housing market, the interest rates, they are high. They are high, but I think that they have peaked, and they're forecasting some relief later in the year. The interest rates should start to drop later in the year, which of course then would increase housing prices, but still make it, hopefully, this balances out. It makes it affordable for people to buy homes again. So affordability and inflation hopefully going down. Interest rates will hopefully go down towards the end of the year, making it more affordable for people to buy homes and things of that nature. And just spending habits right now. And this goes far beyond the US. I have context all over the world that I talk to on a very consistent basis. And consumer confidence is down pretty low. People are very cautious about spending, but there is optimism, I think, heading into 2025 in most countries, specifically the US, because so long as we can stay out of a war, I'm not confident in that, but so long as we can stay out of a war, I think things are going to continue to get better with the new administration in office. Okay, so that is the state of the US economy heading into 2025. What does that mean for you as a business owner? There's going to be a continuous rise of personalization that is required for what you do. So that is tailored solutions, that is one-to-one coaching. That's why I have mitigated my risk this year by I didn't scale up big and beyond and become top heavy and swervy. I stayed low to the ground, very stable and strong, and I'm hyper personalized to all of my clients. Therefore, I have been somewhat immune to what's happened in the economy because of that. And I think What we're going to see with fitness coaches is a lot, not all, some people are really, really cut out for building a nice, stable, large business if they can do it correctly. What we're going to find in 2025 is businesses will continue to fall. Okay. I've seen a lot of businesses go out of business or consolidate within other businesses. Okay. I'm sure you have too. That is because when you build a business, not from like the foundation, a strong foundation of profitability, right? If you scale just to scale and bring on as many people as you can and you don't pay as much attention to your bottom line, you're like, hey, I know I'm not making as much, but my top line is higher, my top line, keep pushing more ads, my top line is higher, but your bottom line isn't. You're gonna become top heavy and you're gonna become very susceptible to delayed effects of 23 and 2024. Okay, so I do think more businesses will continue to fall in the first half of the year or consolidate. And again, that is because they built their businesses on stilts, right, instead of cement. Hyper personalization is going to be a big thing. We're going to see a lot of other businesses downsize, and that's not a bad thing. Downsizing in a very shifty market is not a bad thing. It means that you've remained stable. You've protected yourself and your assets and your family in a time where a lot of other people are just going out of business because they refuse to downsize. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that, but it shouldn't be expected. Okay, so essentially what I'm saying is a lot of the big dogs way up here are going to continue to downsize, consolidate with other businesses, or just go out of business and do something else. Those in like the medium size, 6 figures, multi 6 figures, up to high 6 figures, those guys are going to either continue pressing on, or they're going to slightly downsize, consolidate within their own company and become more profitable until 26, 27, when hopefully the inflation and the economy are more healthy overall. And then those who are very small, they are the most susceptible. So like the risk is the guys way up here doing 7 figures and the guys way down here doing like, I don't know, 80,000 and below. The guys in the middle are technically the most stable because they can choose to scale if the market allows for it, or they can choose to downsize should they need to. The guys up here and down here are going to be more susceptible to what's been happening. So again, I know I mentioned earlier, like inflation rates are going down, but that's not going to have an immediate impact on consumer confidence right away. So something to look out for. Trust is the ultimate currency right now. Okay, people are very skeptical, and marketing obviously is going to be around till the end of the days, right? But it's not facilitating the same amount of trust that it has in previous years. So I think the better that you're able to build trust and credibility by being transparent, by being extremely dedicated to your clientele, I think that's going to be a non-negotiable. I think that's going to be how, if you're going to scale, if you're going to continue bringing in clients each month, it's going to be those who trust you on a deep level. Okay, so how can you do that? Well, I think authority marketing is sort of making a pretty big comeback. That's PR, so that's being featured in articles, that's being featured in different podcasts, different some people do like magazines and kind of like old school. I don't have data on that, but I do think paid PR, reviews, Trustpilot, testimonials, Google My Business with 5-star reviews on there. Think Amazon. You're not buying any Amazon product under like 4.2 stars, right? So reviews are a massive thing right now. So pushing for reviews is going to be a very, very big thing. It's going to increase authority. It's going to increase trust. And then offering a very, very personalized program on the back end of that and showing that you're very dedicated to getting them results, right? Not just like another transaction that's going to be massive. Okay. Those are a few of the trends. Some more related to like the sales cycle. I think it's going to be a longer sales cycle. I think those who don't adequately do follow-ups or have a system are going to be in trouble. If you're not calling the leads, messaging the leads, emailing, texting, if you're not getting them back on calls with new offers or putting a new bow on your offer to increase interest and get them back on, if your sales process and your scripting is pathetic, you're in trouble. And if you can't withstand or accept the longer sales cycles, I think you're going to become frustrated. And that's usually the precursor for consolidation or the other things that can happen with a business is becoming frustrated with a long sales cycle and not capitalizing on those leads. Educational marketing is a big thing. So the flash in the pan, hey, look at me, kind of like the bro marketing, that's been out for at least a year or two. Educational marketing is very important. People want to learn. Reading People are reading more. People are watching more YouTube educational videos. TikTok has become extremely educational. Everywhere you look, like there's actually a lot of education around, even though it kind of feels like it's mixed in with a lot of brain rot. There is a lot of education as well. So live webinars are doing quite well on specific topics. Live Q&As, free resources, those are never going out of style, but so long as they're helpful. But basically demonstrating that you are a legitimate expert. Yawning, guys. Demonstrating that you're a legitimate expert in your field and that you have mounds of case studies and transparency and everything about your business is legitimate. You have the reviews. If you can facilitate all of that in a nice, easy package, easy to consume package, you're going to sign clients at a high rate. And then of course, the humanized connection, AI everywhere. And I mostly love it. AI has been a pretty wonderful thing. I was kind of scared when it came out and it was like making pictures of people that don't exist and they look so real. But AI is a pretty tremendous thing. I think it's helped our entire world so far. It's made things much easier. But what can happen with that is people will, I think, start to sniff out AI a little bit easier. And whether AI can keep ahead of that or not, I'm not sure. But personalized connections, just like personalized coaching, are going to be a big deal. So like voice messages. Guys, it is Monday, midday. I need some more coffee. It's okay though. I'm having a blast. Personalized videos, voice notes, anything that you can do to go above and beyond what other people are doing in the DMs, it's going to be very, very helpful. So those are the trends. That's where I see the economy going. That's where I see the sales trends going and the marketing trends. So let's talk about like actionable next steps for you as a business owner in 2025. One, be proactive about PR. Develop I call it going on tour. Get on more podcasts, okay? Get on more webinars. Get on more paid affiliates, okay? Become an affiliate with other companies that target a similar audience that you do. Get featured on news channels and write or have articles written about you, whether you have to pay for it or not. Get yourself out there, okay? Nurturing is going to be another thing that you should focus on. Having really nice automated systems, but then also adding in some personal touch in between those automations that are very clearly from you. Offers that align with economic realities. So that's going to be like having a product suite, like you have your main, a middle, lower, and then maybe even like a super low ticket from there, just to capture people into your web and to continue to nurture them. Because like I referenced before, there is going to be a longer sales cycle. So what you can do is you can either leave those people alone for 3, 4, or 5 months, or you can bring them into something and nurture them from there and ascend them. And then just continue to position yourself as an expert, the very, very best that you can. Okay, this is 2025. This is where I see things going. I could be entirely wrong, but I could be right. And so where you're at in your business, if you're in that middle tier and you're kind of, hey, do I hunker down, weather the storm a little bit longer? Do I scale up? Is now the time? Really, it just depends on your market, your niche, your offer. Certain things pop off when other things don't. So if you want help scaling your business, I feel pretty qualified to help people. I've helped over 120 business owners scale their businesses. So I'm pretty good at this stage. If you have anyone that would also like to work with me, come in with a friend. I'll give you both a discount. We do cap at 15 one-to-one clients. I'm sitting at 13 this month, heading into 2025, 2 spots. So let me know if you guys are interested. Thanks. Have a good day.